This is War Drum. We had the stars of the film on last week,
yes,
about a plot to kill high-ranking Nazi Reinhard Heydrich during the occupation of Czechoslovakia. They said last week he was described as the architect of the Holocaust. And the film plays very, very anti-heroically, looking often more at the results of actions than actions themselves. We had the two stars on the show before. There's several stars in the film. Here's a clip.
I take it you have family in Czechoslovakia. Father, mother. You kill Heydrich, then you can consider them and everyone that ever knew you dead.
All Czech patriots should be ready to die for their country. That includes my family.
Well, I'm not. I want to carry on fighting. We don't have that many left that are willing to do that. We are what's left of the Czech resistance. I suggest a lesser rank should be assassinated, perhaps a few of them.
Heydrich is the head of the secret police. Only Hitler and Himmler are above him in the Nazi hierarchy.
Exactly my point. You really think you'll ever get close enough to assassinate Heydrich?
Our orders have come direct from the Czech government in London.
So this is about the Czech government in London trying to impress the Allies? It was the Allies that gave us to the Germans in the first place.
Munich was a betrayal. But it is also now history. I think what the Czech government in London is asking is this. Is Czechoslovakia still ready and willing to resist Nazi Germany?
That's Toby Jones. Toby Jones, of course. And then Cillian Murphy and Jamie Dornan were on the show. So the interesting thing about the film, which for my money is the best movie directed by Sean Ellis. I mean, in the past, Ellis has made films I haven't been fond of. I didn't like Cashback at all. I wasn't crazy about The Broken. Then he made Metro Manila, which I did like. And this, I think, is easily his most accomplished film. At the beginning, I was worried that they were doing that thing about speaking in English but with accents. You know, if you look at a film like Suite Française, which had another way of getting around that particular problem. However, I did settle into it. Although I've often had a problem with that, I did settle into this and it stopped bothering me. I still think the Suite Française thing about speaking English and English accents, I think that worked better, but that's fine. The cinematography has this kind of sepia tinge and this drained out look. And whereas in the past, I've had a feeling that a lot of Ellis's visuals are to do with gloss and surface. They're almost kind of an advertising sheen to them for obvious reasons. In this case, it didn't just feel like it was trying to make it into a period piece. It felt like it was injecting that sense of desperation, of somehow of hopelessness, which is what the narrative is about. And I thought it worked very well. The lead up to the mission is extremely tense. I have to confess, I didn't know this story. Did you know the story in advance?
I did, yes.
You did? Okay, fine. Well, did you find it tense?
I think, no, it's fantastic. I mentioned in the interview last week, there's this book, HHHH, which is about the movie as well. So anyone who's read that will know the intricate nature of the plot. And I thought they did it fantastically.
Yeah, I mean, you really get a sense of, even though you're watching historical events, you do get a sense of edge of your chair anxiety. The last movement is really fascinatingly bleak and quite exhausting in a way that I think it's absolutely meant to be. Plaudits, incidentally, to Robin Foster for this weird and unearthly soundtrack, which reminded me to some extent of Mika Levy's work on Under the Skin, and really wasn't what I was expecting for this genre of movie at all. So actually, I thought it was powerfully put together, despite my initial reservations about the way in which the story was being presented. They soon went to the wall. I liked the fact that it played with this idea of roles being played, roles being performed, that then become roles that are actually real. I liked just how much it was about the lack of heroism, just how much it was about how actions have consequences and everything has a price. And I was impressed. I was very impressed by the final act, which I found grueling. I mean, genuinely grueling and genuinely exhausting, but in a good way.